previous tutorial, we were using operators on operands and we were generating values. Now, it turns out that those values, they're not useful. They're just values because in the context of a full-fledged program, those values are not useful. They're not doing anything. So in order for us to apply those values, to make those values do things, useful things, say in a reward application, for instance, we have to integrate those values into a full-fledged program. So this leads us to this concept of expressions and statements. So in a programming sense, an expression is a fragment of a code or a fragment of a program that generates a value. Okay? But when you are building a reward application, expressions cannot stand alone. The values that expressions produce, they have to be integrated into your program. So in that sense, we say expression is a fragment of a program. A statement, it's a broader program. So a statement comprises of several expressions. Okay? A program comprises of a list of statements. So you can think of a statement as a sentence and an expression as a sub-sentence. Okay? So if, let me open, sorry, what's going on here? Okay, so I'm in my console. We're going to run some code to, I'm doing Command Option High. I'm on Mac. I think on Windows, Control Shift High or so, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to run some programs there to try to demonstrate the difference between expressions and statements. Just some programs we can play around with. So if I do 2 plus 2, I'm getting 4. This is an expression. Okay. If I do 2 raised to power 4, I get 16. This is an expression. Okay. If I do console.log hello, okay, so I get hello undefined. I'll get to the undefined in a bit. So we're logging hello to the console here. Okay, so this is just a string. It's not doing anything. Okay. But then if we want to make this do things, if we want to make use of these values, in our application, then we have to enter into statements. Okay. So you can play with whatever you can even do console.log type of 5 and that gets you number undefined. Okay, number. Okay. Let me talk about this undefined a bit. We're logging hello to the console and then we're getting undefined. We're using this console.log function. Now console.log is a function in JavaScript. Okay. Now it's printing this, it's logging this hello string to the console, and then after that we're getting undefined. It did that here. It did that here as well. Okay. Now console.log function is a function in JavaScript that is used to print information. It's not a function that explicitly returns a value. It's used to print information. Okay. So what this is doing is, okay, we're trying to use the console.log function to print hello. Because console.log function is used to print an information. It doesn't generate a value, so to speak, a value that you can use elsewhere in your application. So after it is completed its work of printing hello, we're getting undefined here. So in a way, console.log function is saying, well, I've printed what you asked me to print, but because of the way I was constructed, I was unable to generate a value that you can use elsewhere in your program. So we're getting undefined. And I can even here, it's doing the same thing. Okay, it's okay. We're asking console.log to give us what type of 5 is. It's okay, it's a number. And then after that, it's okay, well, I don't have any other value for you to work with in your application. So it's saying it's undefined here. So in any function that we define in JavaScript and we didn't explicitly return a value, at some point we're going to get undefined. Okay, I can try to demonstrate that. If we can have a function here. It's the function say hi. No, that's not what I want. Function say hi. And then in here, I can have console.log hi. If I press enter, I'm getting undefined. Okay, undefined because at this point in our application, function is still undefined because we've not actually invoked it. So it's still undefined. Now, if I invoke this, if I say hi, what am I doing? Say hi, and then I press enter. See, I get hi, which was logged to the console a hi, and I'm getting undefined. The reason I'm getting undefined at the point of invoking this function is because this function is doing side effect. Yeah, side effect in the sense that it's not explicitly returning a value, which is its primary effect. It's trying to modify this another function, console.log hi. Okay, so after we got hi, we get undefined. But say I were to do something like greet, and then in here say return hello. Okay. If I press enter, I get undefined because I have not invoked this function yet. So it doesn't know what to return yet. Okay. But then if I call this function, I get, okay, saying hello. Okay, whatever. Hello. But I'm not getting undefined yet. Okay. So you see the difference. Here, when I didn't explicitly return a value, I got undefined after the function. After I had invoked the function, I'm getting undefined. Here, when I explicitly return a value here, that's not very nice. I'm sorry. So I got the value, then I didn't get undefined. Okay? So the reason why we've been getting undefined is because where console.log does not explicitly return a value. It's a function that does not explicitly return a value. So after it prints the information, we're getting undefined. And I've demonstrated that here. So when you explicitly return a value and you invoke the function, you do not get undefined. The contrast is happening here. We didn't explicitly return a value. So after invocation, we got what we wanted, and then we still got undefined. Okay? So we were talking about expressions and statements. There are statements that don't actually do anything anyway, because if we go here, one of the simplest statements you could have in JavaScript is you could have something like this. So you have a semicolon. This is a statement. But this statement is just useless. It's not doing anything. So this is like the simplest statement you could come upon in JavaScript. Okay? So not false. You're saying it's true. So with this semicolon, it's okay. This is a statement. Or it's a simple statement. It's not doing anything. anything useful that we can use. Okay, then we can expand on these and then do what is it called, and integrate it into an actual statement. So we could have a if not false. Okay, we can say console.log I am true. Okay, if not false, console.log I am true. Let's see what we get in our console. I get I am true. Okay, so this is a statement. Okay, we went from a useless statement to a broader useful statement. Okay, so this is not true. I think we've talked about the not operator. So this is negating this false. It's what is it called? It's transforming it to true in this condition. Okay. Let's play with some statement more. Let's say we have let num equals, okay, no, before we get here, let's have value equals, people don't really use prompt anymore now. So say enter anything. Okay, then we can do console.log you entered value. If I save this, I should get a prompt in a browser. See, it's already here. I even open it. So enter anything. If I enter hello, then you say, so you entered hello. Okay, so it's a statement. Say it's a statement. It's something we can work with other than just returning a useless value. Okay. There's something I want to show you. When we use prompts, this prompt method in JavaScript, the type of data it returns is string. All right, and I can show you by doing here. We can do console.log type of value. So whatever value we've entered, when this prompt dialog pops up in our browser, we're going to log the type of that value here. Okay, pay attention. So if I save this, I get this. Okay, say I entered 5, then I press OK. See, I get string. Here I'm saying log the type of what I entered. So whatever I'm entered is going to be stored inside this variable value. So I'm logging the type of that value. And here I entered 5, but I'm getting string. 5 is not string, 5 is number, but I'm getting string. That's because the reason I'm getting string is because by default, our prompt method returns a string type. Okay? It returns a string type. So say we wish to return number, not a string type, then we have to explicitly convert this to number. Okay? So if I do number, here I can enclose prompt with this, then it doesn't matter what I entered. Even if I enter hello, it's going to coerce it, convert it to number. So it's number because I've enclosed it with the number constructor here. Okay, number. Okay, but then it doesn't really make sense that we're entering string and we're getting number. So let's try the program that explicitly return. So we can say let prop, okay, no, let num equals number. Okay, prompt, please enter. No, what I'm doing here is, no, this is not what I want, because if I do number here, I think it just convert it into number accurately. But let's do something like this. Let's have a num equals prompt then say please enter a number. Okay, please enter a number. Then I can set a condition and say if number dot is none. Okay, if number dot is none, num. Okay, then I can do console.log the number you entered. The number you entered is none. Okay, then else we can say console.log you have to enter a number to proceed. Please try again. Please try again. Okay, let's see what that does. If we enter, okay, this number dot is none. Okay, what it's saying is, what is condition number dot is none, it returns what is it called? What am I saying now? Number dot is none here. Whatever it returns in true. Okay, see, you see number unknown, then boolean. Okay, so it returns a boolean. So what is it saying is, okay, if what we entered is not a number, so if what we enter is number, then do this. So number that is none, this one returns true if you return a number. If you enter a number. So it returns true if what is passed is number. If it's not number, then it returns false. So when we save this, if we entered a number, say we enter 7 for instance, let's see what we get. So you have to enter a number to proceed. Please try again. I hope what I'm doing here, I hope me not converting this to number explicitly is not interrupting with my program. Come in. So if I do hello, okay, so it's actually interrupting my program, so I have to explicitly convert this to number. Sorry, so number. Okay, so this is expecting a number now. So if I pass a number, if number dot is none, returns true. This condition returns true. I get this. Otherwise, I get this. Okay, let's save this. So if I enter 7 like before, what did I get? So you have to enter a number to proceed. Please try again. What is that? What am I doing wrong here? If number dot is none, consider the number you enter is none. Okay, hold on. If I negate this, what happens? Save. If I enter 7. Okay, sorry. So if it's not number dot is none. Okay, sorry. I'm getting it backwards. None is not a number. Okay, so number dot is none will return true if I enter something that is not a number. So for the thing to actually compute a number, I have to negate it. So if it's not number that is none, then it says the number you enter is the number. Okay, so negating this, we capture the number we have here. Otherwise, it's just none. So if I save this again and I do hello, I should get the second condition. Hello. Aha, so you have to enter a number to proceed. Please try again. Okay, so there are other things we can play with here. We can play with this thing known as, okay, this is a variable of value equals 5. This is a statement, actually. It's a simple statement. Let value equals to. So we're using let keyword here. So let allows us to, what is it called? To change the value of this variable. It doesn't matter even if we're done 5 plus 5. Okay? So, it's not a constant. We call this binding. So you can think of binding a variable like this as not a box, so to speak, because well, if you think of it as if you think of this as a box, what happens if we change it? Is it that we change the box altogether? Because the values that variables point to, they like stored in a box. So you might think of this as some kind of tool to go fetch the value inside a box, or some kind of tentacles where they grab values from somewhere. Okay, so if I just do console.log, I might even do value. Okay, value multiplied by 2. Let's see what that does. So what's that? We're getting 20. See, so we're playing around with this. This is the binding. Okay, so I don't want to complicate this. Let's leave it like this. I'm trying to demonstrate statement. I see we're getting values and then we're doing things with the values. Okay. I might also let mood equals to, I don't know, bright. Okay. Then I can say console. No, maybe I even have a ternary operator here. Say mood equals bright. Mood equals bright. If mood is called bright, say I'm happy. Else say I am sad. Okay, so this should be, I should enclose this inside the console.log state function. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get the, sorry about that. So I can just do this, the console.log. I'm gonna paste this here. So if I save this, then I go to the console, say I am happy. Okay, so mood was set to bright. Okay, I'm happy. If I change this to dull, then I get I am sad. Okay, so these are all statements that we can work with. I hope you're starting to understand the difference between statement and expression. So a statement is something like a full-fledged program. These are like the basic kinds of statements. I could have a function statement, for instance. Function say hi. Okay, so this is a function statement. Then say return hi. So this is a function statement. And then when I invoke this, I can say console.log say hi. Okay. And then when I save this, go here, sure enough, I get hi. So that's a function statement. I can turn it into a function expression. So say const say hi. Say hi, because you turn into an anonymous function expression. Okay, still the same thing. I get hi. So shit. Okay, so I hope you can establish between what comprises a statement and what comprises a function. I'm sorry, a statement and what comprises an expression. Okay, so expressions are fragments of a program that produce a value. Okay, but then a statement, it's a broader program that comprises of several expressions. Okay, so I'll see you guys. the next time. Thanks for watching.